Christmas is right upon us, guys, and we are getting ready to show you our Christmas recipes. Today,
our berry custard tart, which we made last year for our Christmas dessert. And as you saw last week, we did our trifle, our raspberry trifle, which is absolutely delicious and one of our most popular Christmas recipes on the blog. So definitely go back and check that out if you're working out what sort of Christmas dessert you're going to have this year.
We've done the trifle a couple of years ago, and then last year we did the custard. So if you're in charge of Christmas dessert, this custard is really nice.
Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is make the base of our tart. So we have our oven preheated, 160 Celsius, 320 Fahrenheit. And Dan, I was going to leave you in charge of greasing so we've just got like a 9-inch, I think it is, pie plate. What does it say? 9.5 inch, 24 centimeter. So you just want to grease it. We've just got that coconut oil spray from the
so we just
supermarket. It's probably the easiest way, or you could rub some butter around it.
This is so if there's a problem with it coming out, it can't roll.
No, never. So it's kind of like a biscuit base, I guess. It's pretty easy. You just mix everything together and then we'll press it in. So we've got some almond flour, we've got some desiccated coconut, and then we're going to put some ginger in. So kind of it gives it that ginger biscuit kind of flavour.
I like the bases with the ginger in it.
Yeah.
Erika makes a cheesecake with the ginger base and it's delicious.
It's not really strong, but it just gives it a nice flavour. And then we're going to put in some xanthan gum, which kind of helps it stay together. And then a pinch of salt. And to sweeten it, we're going to use Sucrin Gold, which is one of our preferred sweeteners. We love the flavour of that one. If you don't have that one, you could use the Lakanto Gold one that you can get at Woolies.
Yeah.
That would be fine, but we just really like the Sucrin Gold. If you're in Australia, you can, we'll put a link in the description below of where you can buy it. Okay, so we've got the dry ingredients mixed together. And then I've just got some melted butter here. I'm just going to pour that in, and then we should get kind of like a breadcrumb. Or, you know, what was it called? Like a wet sand.
Yeah, texture.
Wet sand kind of texture. Okay, so that looks pretty good. You can see it's kind of clumping together a bit now. So now we're going to pour this into our baking, like pie dish, I guess you would call it, tart dish, and then we'll kind of press it out. So I'm probably just going to use my fingers initially and then maybe spoon it out, like smooth it over with a spoon. But you just want to make sure the base is all evenly covered, and then we have it coming up the sides a bit. If you get any parts where it's a bit thinner, you can just put a little bit more. It's pretty forgiving. If you just, like, if it cracks at all, you can just push it back together. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty good. I'm sure you can do it neater than I can. Patience is not my virtue. But just around the top, just make sure that you kind of push it down, because you don't want those kind of crummy bits up the top. So just kind of hold it with one finger and push it down a bit so you get like a bit of an edge. And just make sure it's kind of smooth and as even as it can be. That looks pretty good to me. So now we're going to pop this in the oven for about 12 to 15 minutes. Just really keep an eye on it towards the end, because the almond flour can kind of darken quite quickly. So just keep an eye on it. Okay, so we have our kind of tart base out of the oven. So we are just going to leave that to cool down now. And while that's cooling, it's a good idea to make the custard. So before you make the custard, you just want to take some gelatin and some cold water and we want the gelatin to kind of bloom. So you just have to sprinkle the gelatin on top of the cold water and then leave it to sit for a while, and it'll kind of all gel together like a jelly. And then we can add that into the hot custard once it's done, and that's what's going to make it set.
We have made the custard on video before, so I will pop it up in the cards, and there'll be a description below on how to make the custard as well.
Yeah, and also in the description below there'll be a link to the full recipe with all the instructions, all the specific ingredients, so you can like print that out if you want to make it.
Oh wow, that has like...
So you can see it's kind of set.
That's amazing.
So you kind of just want the gelatin all to dissolve into the cold water, and then we'll add it into the hot custard. And then it will melt down.
So the key is the custard's got to be hot for that,
yes,
right?
So the jelly, like the cold water in the gelatin mixture, and then it goes into the hot custard. Okay, so I've just ran the custard through a sieve, which I hadn't done before, but it's a good idea just in case there's any little egg bits or any little gelatin, tiny little bits. That
makes it smoother, right?
Yeah, just to make sure there's no lumps. So our base has cooled down. The custard's still a bit warm, but that's okay. So we're going to pour it in here, and then we are going to pop it in the fridge to set. So it should set firm. So it's probably going to take, I'm not sure, maybe 4 hours, do you reckon?
Probably 3 to 4 hours at least.
Yeah.
You could do this part the night before, right? But like before you top it with the blueberries and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely. You could make this the day before and then just kind of decorate it on the day, however you wanted to. But there we go. So that part is all done. So now we're just going to pop this in the fridge, and we'll come back when it's set.
Custard tart is out of the fridge, all set. Looks perfect.
Yeah, so I'm not, how long was that? We just had to pop out. There was an emergency. My mum needed us to help her choose her couch that she's buying. We've done that. So it was probably about 5 hours.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
Yeah, and it's set nicely now. So this is the custard tart ready. So you don't have to do what we're doing. If you wanted to at this point, you could just serve it like this. You could put some whipped cream on the top. You could
do like nutmeg, like you know how the custard tarts you used to buy at the school canteen? You could just put a little bit of sprinkling of that on there.
Yeah, or you could have even done that before it's set, I guess. I thought you could put a chocolate ganache on the top, or you could put like a caramel sauce, fresh berries, whipped cream and then berries on top. Or you could put, I thought actually what would be nice if you did strawberries, like arranged it nicely, and then did like a bit of a glaze that's just some sugar-free jam. You could heat it up and then brush it on. It would look nice and shiny. Anyway, there's a lot of options that you could do depending on what flavours you prefer. But we have got this blueberry sauce that we're going to pop on the top. So you can see it's quite thick.
Chunky, yeah. We've made this, a video of us making this before as well, so I'll pop that in the description and up here so that you guys can check out how we make that. It's pretty easy to make.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever made it.
And we just use frozen blueberries, so that's a bit more of an affordable option as well.
That looks good.
Yeah. So, there we go. Ready to present to your family on Christmas Day.
Yep.
Absolutely delicious. However you serve it, I think it's a real winner.
Definitely. Hopefully you guys decide to make this custard tart for Christmas, but we have heaps of different Christmas recipes. We have quite a few dessert ones like rum balls and a bunch of trifles.
3 trifles.
A whole heap of different ones.
And then we have like a glazed ham. We've got a roast turkey with cherry sauce that is delicious. We've got lots of entertaining nibblies, a baked camembert that's delicious, grazing platter ideas.
Yeah.
Honestly, go to havebutterballtravel.com. There is loads of Christmas ideas on there to keep you eating keto-friendly foods over this fun time of year.
So we hope you do have an awesome keto Christmas this year. I'm not sure if we've got any more Christmas videos coming out. I think this is it. So enjoy your Christmas. Have a good time. Don't sweat the small stuff. And thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Bye.